There's some like history here with this sniper pick, bro. They're like, we lost in 2 or 1 DPC. We're bringing it back. We're gonna prove that this hero works.
At least I don't see it ever being an issue when you're winning the regen battle. But Chen, 5 more movement speed. Panel was talking about how important it is. How important is 5 more movement speed? What does it do for this Chen? Oh. Nice, going down, taking out Tofu as well. Oh, okay. All right, well, yeah, sure. Undying, letting himself go down to the tower. A lot of pressure, throws it back at Boxy. They've also got this Harpy Stormcrafter, making sure that Boxy has to go all the way back and back off this sniper. But the spear, the snipe spear on the sniper.
Yeah.
His eye, getting it done. Making sure, like I said, sniper doesn't get to have a fun game. That's all we want in our life.
Yeah, already not going so well for the old Peep Lord here. Ace also going down again.
Just getting harassed up by this Undying as well as this Medusa combo, and then Boxy, he's going to give himself up to the tier 2 tower up in the top lane.
You know, this hero's like a turret, and your one problem is mobility, and Swift Blink solves that while also giving you some good damage. So getting on top of the sniper, I mean, that makes it even better.
Yeah, the Swift Blink we see usually like 4th item, sometimes from these Medusas earlier if they want to have that ability. And Zai's looking like he's going to drop and will. Throwing down the level 2 Shrapnel.
He's doing a lot of harass in this lane, but, you know, he has a sniper. We'll see how much he can translate this into a good mid game.
Yeah, the biggest thing that I've seen against Medusas all the time is making sure that those stacks don't get picked up. Meanwhile, again, Sniper in some trouble. Chase down. Boxy gets credit for the kill. They line it up easily with the disruption as well as the spear.
Yeah, I think, I mean, after this stack, probably Sniper will be the one that takes the Ancient stacks, and like he can just go push one wave and he's gonna have Blink Dagger. So Insania, like he's, you know, slowing down future stacks with the Sentry, but not really the Sand King Blink. Like, Boom is very, very farmed.
Solari going down to Boxy. They use that first arena to get the kill onto the Chen up in the top lane, while over in the triangle, Epicenter, Burrow Strike, and Boom's trying to get a solo kill with the Tombstone down. And the Sandstorm, it's an easy kill. Sandstorm level 4.
And a Tombstone, bro.
And 150 gold, that's my stacks, I don't care.
We all remember the ho-ho-ha-ha patch. Shrapnel, not a great ability to push into. Sand King, probably the best counter pusher. So they, you know, they poke, but they don't necessarily push. Now Liquid, they want to push Gammon Gladiators out of their own jungle.
Telekinesis back towards Zai. Zai looking to get a kill here on Ace, who drops down the Firestorm, but the spear lands on the edge of the steps. Insania taking a lot of damage. You've got a free sniper on the high ground, a Fade Bolt on the Ace, so they'll end up trading 1 for 1. But it's an offlaner for a support.
I think the urgency will come when Duraccio gets this BKB. It gives him something to actually, you know, walk through the Mars arena and not just get all of his projectiles soaked up. He looks like he's reading this smoke right now.
Radiant's top tower.
He circles. He's not the right area, but he knows there's a smoke.
Arena down, and they're going to go after Ace. This is all by the mid-tier 1. They've got Tofu coming through, as well as a TP coming out from the Chen. So are you trying to at least save his teammates? They get a kill on a Tofu, lose Ace, and now it's going to be a +1. The Chen TP'd in, unable to get anything done, and Zai with a double kill. 3 heroes die there. The team's ready to take the mid-tier 1, and we'll hopefully see more of that item come out. Meanwhile, by the way, Gaming Gladiators going for Roche. They haven't exactly been spotted on this one. And Insania comes over, but there's the Burrow Strike, so they'll pick up the Aegis onto the Sniper. They'll throw out these right clicks. They've got the Phantom's Embrace, but there's the arena as well as the Spear to lock up Boom. An early Hand of God, and it might just be to keep this Sand King alive. They've also used the Stone Gaze, so maybe Gaming Gladiators feeling confident enough to continue on forward. They've got the Inkswell Burrow Strike combo. For now, it's just the Blink as well as the Burrow Strike out on a Zai, but the damage from Zai killing off Boom. They found Ace, and it's looking like they're going to lose 2 on this one. They try to keep Ace alive, but he's not so tanky when the whole team is there, minus the Undying. And they've got the Telekinesis out on a Celery. So Zai has got Spear available. Mikke ends up dead. Sniper from the high ground has a double damage. They need to be a little bit careful. Now that they've lost the Rubik, oh, Soulbind, Phantom's Embrace, silencing up 2. Still thinking about going after both these heroes. The Assassinate hits both of them, but they don't move forward any further as this team starts to retreat.
I did not think Zai was going to do that much damage to the Sand King when Sand King blinked in. It's like, oh, surely. Like, SK, you know, strength hero, he's the mid hero. Zai only has a BKB, but, like, Zai is hitting hard, man.
Burrow Strike coming through as well as the Ink Swell. They've locked down and gotten the kill on Insania to start this one off. They go after Tofu. The Hand of God was used. They kill off this Grimstroke so far. The Assassinate's not really doing anything to Matumba Man. They're still chasing this Chen, but they've got Ace coming over. The Blink as well as the Burrow Strike Epicenter down. There's the Arena with the BKB being popped by Zai. Damage out onto Boom, trying to eat it, but he'll end up falling. He's down into his grave, and they go after the Sniper. They turn this one around. Darachio in trouble. He's got an Aegis, but he doesn't really have an escape plan on this one, because while he's respawning, they'll go after Ace. They land the Spear on the respawn, take out the Sniper. It's 4 heroes down on the side of Gaming Gladiators, and a big win here for Liquid as they play that fight pretty much perfectly.
Like, you could argue that Ice Frog should change something where you can, you know, queue something up after Aegis respawn, like if you want to change that. But I think, like, technically you're dead when you're respawning with the Aegis. You can't queue things while dead.
Darachio popping the BKB, throwing some right clicks over on Azai, but again, like you said, with the Bulwark, he feels a lot tankier. Maybe he's just going to stand there. Eventually the BKB is going to run out and they'll get themselves the Telekinesis and take out the Sniper. You can't just stand there. I mean, there is that Rubik that just comes in and cleans him up, and all of a sudden it's a Medusa on the high ground.
He just kind of dies. Like, he really does need his BKB. Matumba's out of mana though, so Liquid does have to be a little bit careful.
We were talking about it earlier, probably going to be that Swift Blink that he builds into. It's usually one of those cap items on Medusa, and by that I mean capping off the game with a Swift Blink.
Oh boy, Celery has a gem. This is a bad...
Oh gosh,
that's
just gets ripped up. And then they've got the disruption on Ace, so it's not gonna just be one. It looks like it will be two. And Boxy gets credit for the kill onto Ace. They find these heroes inside their own jungle.
If you send the Rubik there, he dies to that combo. It's like Liquid knows that there's a potential option for the Sand King and the Grimstroke to be waiting in the trees, so they send the tanky hero that can't die to it bot instead of somebody else. Like, that's a smart move.
Undying might be in trouble, but has the tombstone down. Soul Rip surviving. Insania now, well, he'll end up falling. They've got the arena down on 3 of these heroes. The damage coming out. Celery, he's going to die first, then goes down. Boom.
They tried to force him. That's funny.
Well, little gate action and trying to go through and get Darachio, killing off the Sniper. So he really can't find a place to stand on this Sniper, and there's the Spear. Tofu dead as well. This is just easy pickings for Liquid, and when it rains, it pours all over the heads of Gaming Gladiators. And they'll call GG. There's just nothing they can do at this point.
Yeah. They tried the Sniper. So that's good. But yeah, that hero's garbage. And this is exactly what it looked like the last time I saw these guys picking it. This is a really good draft for Gaming Gladiators. They definitely won the draft.
We've seen the CK Shard a lot when you get that CK pickup. Just granting him that illusion off the Chaos Bolt. Like, that does feel pretty strong, and
actually tri-laning top.
Matumba Man taking a lot of damage here. Tofu running in, Ace looking for the first blood, and it ends up being Tofu who grabs it. They're definitely set when it comes to lockdown, and then when these heroes try to run, of course there is that Rupture and there is that Thirst. The chase is going to be pretty good here for Gaming Gladiators. It feels like they're definitely checking a lot of these boxes. Phoenix getting pretty low as Celery comes over and maybe trying to deny himself to neutrals, and Boxy will do so successfully.
Nice deny. I mean, I like that he kept running into the neutrals instead of right-clicking at once, because I think if he right-clicks at once, he does risk the little Centaur hitting and the Chen hitting, so just a little bit of nice micro play there. But
Disruption again, and a lot of damage on a Matumba Man. Oh my. Disruption, Reality Rift, and then a Chaos Bolt was more than enough to get Ace.
Yeah, CK's a weird hero. You'd think that Razor's pretty good against it because, well, at least in lane, because it's a melee hero, but Chaos Bolt level 1 can do 180 maximum magic damage. He might have overstayed his welcome a little bit there.
That's even more rough because he used the TP, so it's going to be a long walk back to that lane. But there was a point in time where Lina felt like it was in every game.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And I've actually heard a lot of mid laners say that this Lina is stronger in laning than the previous Lina.
Boom trying to use that Laguna Blade and maybe thinking that he was going to land that Light Strike Array, and now Boom on the run a little bit. Tofu goes for the TP. They use the Sonic Wave, and Boom ends up falling to Mickey, who went back to base and walks all the way back into this fight and ending up taking out the Lina.
Zai's build is cool this game. He went for Ring of Health Soul Ring, which I've not seen many Pangoliers do this build. I'm curious what he's building out of the Ring of Health. Maybe a Vanguard, maybe a Hood. Maybe he just leaves his casual Ring of Health or Lotus Orb. Probably Lotus Orb. That's probably why he went for this build. Lotus again.
On Batumba, man, they've got the Reality Rift, the damage coming through, 3 stacks of the Shadow Poison, Tofu moving in while Boom ends up dead over in the mid lane. Ace unable to commit any further and only staying at 3 stacks on the Shadow Poison. Stun thrown over at the Razor to save the life of the Shadow Demon, so don't get anything out of that, but the aggression coming in is not successful from Game Gladiators. And with that, Batumba Man actually turns it around completely and does end up getting the kill on Ace. They go for it. So what was a free lane initially for this Bloodseeker, there's been a lot of aggression here over bottom and trying to make him a little bit more uncomfortable. He does have Rupture, but right now he's by himself, and it looks like Mickey wants to make the move. They throw the Rupture out and the Blood Right, but all of a sudden, all this Bloodseeker's in some trouble. Icarus Dive comes out from Boxy in that deny range and gets the Scream, so Mickey gonna get that kill out onto the Bloodseeker, and all of a sudden...
So Zai goes for this Soul Ring into Ring of Health build, right? Which normally Pangolier can't really cut creep waves because he doesn't have the mana for it, but since he's going for this build, he can cut creep waves. So because he has the build and he's cutting creep waves...
Tofu just dead. Gonna die. It looked like for a second he might get that TP out, but everybody was there to kill him. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, it's a lot to explain because there's like levels to it. Basically, Zai has a build where he can cut creep waves. Duraccio realizes this, and Mickey realizes Duraccio realizes that, and so he baits the creep wave cutting because it looks like Zai is going to be on his own with the item build that he has. Like, it's insanely next level. And I'm just ignoring everything that's happening because I'm just so mind blown by that like altercation that happened bottom. Ace went drums on CK, by the way. I think that's really cool. I mean, Zai? Not Rupture
again. And Supernova right on top of this Bloodseeker. They want a high 5. That's all they want. Maybe the kill as well, but taking out this Bloodseeker once again. Diffusal is the build here for Zai.
Yeah, I was looking at that too. It's interesting. Like, he starts out going for this Lotus Rush, and you think, like, okay, he's going to go, like, pure defensive. But it seems like his game is just going decent. Oh, Boom is definitely dead.
Yeah, not much you can do there. Mickey in on it. And they'll take out this Lina who just TP top.
If he keeps, like, a Wildkin around to try to deal with the Razor, just, like, you know, force the... you can even get a Force Staff and, like, double force the dude that gets linked. Blink Dagger.
A lot. On a hero that I feel like that's cool. Mobility from Thirst. I'm a little... I don't know. Maybe I'm not smart enough. Maybe my brain's not ranked high enough, but... Popping the Lincolns immediately. Disruption, Blood Right with the LSA. They've got the stun. They'll have the Laguna. They'll get the kill on his eye. Now they'll look over at Boxy. The right-click damage, and then the Rupture onto the Queen of Pain. They don't have a way to stop Mickey yet, but at the same time, they get Insania. He stood there, canceled his TP. I was a little confused by that because immediately he TP'd, then stopped it, maybe thinking that it was a little bit of a lost fight from Liquid in terms of positioning, and you already brought it up. Positioning, very important.
Zai might be running into his death here. He does have Lincolns. Not an easy kill.
Mickey blinking in, and then the blink forward from the Bloodseeker. Rupture, BKBs, and there's the Sonic Wave as well as the Supernova, and you've now blinked into your death. Blink forward from Mickey onto the Illusions. They've got the Rolling Thunder coming out from Zion looking for somebody, but they got the Bloodseeker. They're happy with that. And we'll go for more. They got the Silence out thanks to the Shard on the Queen of Pain. Now there's the break. Boom from the high ground, right-clicking away. Not a lot of damage just yet. He also has the Sunray from this Phoenix, and behind them is Zai. So Zai hit with the LSA, while on the other side of the fight, they go for Ace. Ace is going to try and TP out the swashbuckle away from the Pangolier. They've got the Yules out onto Ace, keeping him there. But now Mickey gets the kill onto the Chen. They'll look over at this CK and take out 3, while Boom is still trying to throw out some right clicks to get a kill and finally finishes off Zai. That is 2-pronged. Tofu TP's out. Nothing to stop that either.
And keeping his Queen of Pain alive. And then also he hits the Yules, which cancels Ace's TP. Ace TP'd out because he's like, you idiots have no TP interrupt when there's no top lane. He's trying.
Rupture, Laguna. Blood right.
Reload? Ken, no reload.
Insania, no relocate. So yeah, Matumba Man ends up going down to the Bloodseeker. A little bit of revenge. It was on cooldown now for another 5 seconds and didn't have the mana for it either.
Yeah, this would have been like a really ideal timing for Gammon Gladiators if Roshan had respawned. You could see they went into the pit, they checked it because I had no roll. Like even with Matumba coming alive, I think without roll, Liquid looks, the fights look difficult because it's their only real disable.
Yules. Blood right and into the Supernova. They're going to just try and right-click this egg down. That's exactly what they do. They go to the Sonic Wave, and now Boom trying to fight Matumba Man and maybe even TP out, I believe. Yeah. Well, it's not going to be fortunate enough for him there on this Lina, so dead for quite a while.
It used to be Courier that would do this, but now supports, as if it wasn't hard and boring enough to play support. Oh my god, it just respawns as he leaves. No!
Meanwhile, Ace getting boxy. The silence off the blink. He does pick that gem back up, and he's trying to TP out.
Boy, that's huge. I can tell you the percentage of enemy players who are pissed off when a double damage spawns. That's 100. Who's seen an anvil? There aren't blacksmiths around, you know? Well, that's only on like reality TV shows. You know, the ones where they like make the swords?
Yeah. And they see who can have the strongest weapon.
Yeah.
Well, a problem here for Ace. He's killed off very quickly, but the right click's coming into Matumba Man. He pops the BKB as well as the refresher, and he is in some trouble, but gets relocated out of the fight. They take out 3 on the side of Gaming Gladiators, and Liquid, what looked to be very problematic as they were getting Matumba Man low, gets saved here by the IO, and all of a sudden the fight turns around heavily for them.
They just executed that team fight flawlessly.
Right up onto the high ground.
41 seconds on Duraccio. I mean, I think this is a Rax.
Oh, there's the Hex. And Lotus Orb, Disruption. Gotta be very careful if you're Boom. You're trying to deter them, but not a lot of mana to work with. Plasma Field comes in. Knows he's got the Aegis, so he is playing a bit forward, knowing with the second life maybe he can make something happen, but he needs to be careful. The timing might not work out if it were to extend itself in the fight, but they do get Zai, so it looks like Liquid from there will at least back off.
The amount of gold he lost from not getting those D awards. He's ruptured. He can egg.
Can if he needs to. He's looking for the Aeon Disc, and now he'll go to the egg. Daracho right there on it, but the rest of the team coming in. The Lotus Orb was there. They've got the Hand of God. The Sonic Wave thrown immediately. Look at that damage. That is the second time they have gone after this Bloodseeker and made quick work of him after he's blinked in. The silence on the Tofu. They'll chase after the Chen. Solari in some trouble, and again gets onto the high ground with that Wild Wing.
Not going to save him this time.
No. Puts him into more teammates, but he seemed to have perfected that.
You know, the mobility that he has, and it's not a typical item you'll see on Bloodseeker. He's kind of blinking in and dying. Like, that's second or third time that he's done that. Now Ace is caught out.
Oh, man. Yeah, Ace.
Oh, the bash.
Oh, the bash. Oh, Zai's going to get a couple of tips for that one because he lands
Who missed no BKB?
bash on purpose, and now they're going to go after Boom. No BKB on cooldown for 20 seconds. He gets caught out. No buyback. That might just seal the deal.
They're really trying to force the Lina buyback right now, thinking that he has it, and he just doesn't. So, like, this might actually end up being a throne push. I don't know if this is a great throne push, though, with Bloodseeker being alive.
Well, now they've got the Bloodseeker. They go to the Rupture. But he's got the Sunray. He's standing his ground. Zai doesn't care about this really at all. Reality Rift comes through. Ace trying to do the damage. All of a sudden, the Bloodseeker starting to output enough with the refresher popped, and he's gone. They kill the Razor. No buyback. They throw the ult out over onto Zai, but the Lincolns blocks that again. And Mickey, he has the help from Zai. They'll go after Tofu. They'll get the kill to the Shadow Team with the Sunray once again. They're burning out Ace. They'll take him out and put him out on the bottom of the deck. And Solari also killed. 4 heroes gone. They don't need the Razor. They'll buy back on this Chen. Bloodseeker trying to control Mickey, but they've got the Yules that's bounced off via the Lotus Orb, and Mickey's just going to back off.
What a Deso,
open up
They're
the
going
throne
for the end.
Be there to really stop them.
2v4.
They're trying. Lina up in 14 seconds again. Hex reflected. Not awful, but the throne is still getting lower and lower. They've got the Sunray. Bloodseeker trying to survive. The Blood Right is down. They'll end up getting the kill and the series. Liquid take it 2-0 over Gaming Gladiators. That was an interesting push. That's for sure.
That was an interesting game. I mean, anytime you see teams of this caliber, it's like I feel like there's too much to analyze. There's like a lot going on. Like